All right, so my next guest makes my face do funny things, like all kinds of strange, connotations, because I laugh so much when I'm with him. Ladies and gentlemen, with us now is Rob Magnotti. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great, Donna. Pleasure to be here.
Now, does your face do funny things when you see me?
After our first couple of interviews, yes, because I saw we were kindred spirits with characters and voices and things and acting.
Now, how did this begin for you? How did you decide to become an entertainer?
When I was a kid, I would always do shows in my living room from my parents and my brother. I would do impressions of my relatives and friends, and then I did that in the classroom as well. And then at the age of 12, I started really noticing comedians like Billy Crystal, Robin Williams, and Eddie Murphy. And that's when I said, this is what I want to do.
Now, were you self-taught, self-trained? Did you go to a class? What did you do?
Pretty much self-taught. Growing up with the comedy, and then the acting, I did take some acting classes, and of course you pick things up about comedy along the way, from books, from fellow comedians, from the great legends of comedy.
Over the last few years since I've known you, I've got to watch your career, and so I let out this huge gasp when I saw Paul Blart, and my son Matthew was with me, and Mall Cop too, and I said, "That's my friend." He's like, "Mom, shh, shh, quiet, quiet. It's a movie, right?" So tell us about your experience, because it seems to me like your career is just really blossoming. It's really taking off.
I'm very blessed. Things have been happening. Great things have been happening. Mall Cop was definitely one of them. Kevin James saw my Letterman set, and then I met him at a party. We talked a little bit. And then 2 weeks after I met him, I got a call from Los Angeles from the casting director, Marcia Ross. And next thing I know, I was on my way to Las Vegas to film a scene in Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. So it was very exciting, and it was great working with Kevin. I've always admired the way he's gone from stand-up to television to movies, and that's the road I want to take as well. And he's just a great guy and a great talent. So it was a fun time working with him. And after we filmed the scene, I went to say goodnight to him, and he said, "Hey, I'll see you at the premiere, Rob." And I was like a kid at a birthday party that gets a goodie bag. Like, the
I got
party
invited.
was awesome, but then you get a goodie bag, and it was like, I'm going to the premiere with Kevin James. So it was a really a pinch yourself experience. It was great.
Now, you've been playing to sold-out rooms in many different cities. Tell us what that feels like to be up on stage and to have that live interaction with your audience.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, I live for that, and I've worked for that. The Borgata in Atlantic City, I'll be there May 22nd through the 25th. That's an awesome room. It's the Music Box Theater, the Borgata Comedy Club, and I thrive with big crowds. I mean, I do all sorts of crowds, all sizes, but this room, when it's filled, I thrive. And just when you're crushing as a comic, it's just a zen, in the zone feeling, and a lot like when I was on the Late Show with David Letterman. That's I gotta
huge.
say, it was awesome. It was awesome. The Ed Sullivan Theater was just magical. I mean, to be on that show, have a great set. Dave comes over, says nice things to me. It goes on YouTube. It gets over 5 million hits. That was a pinch yourself moment as well.
And life-changing, right? Because here you were, like you said, you kind of knew early on that this is what you wanted to do. You studied from the great masters. You worked on your impressions. You worked on your bits, right? Like everybody else, you put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to your career, and you still do, right?
Yes.
Because it's always evolving. But like after you did Letterman, that's almost like a garden homes of approval, a stamp of approval, right? Because then now your phone will ring.
Definitely, yes, yes, and it did. It did. I got a ton of corporate events. I got a call from the Dubai International Comedy Festival. They brought me over there to perform, and I got picked up for a web series pilot with Alicia Minshew from All My Children. We filmed the pilot. That was great. And then Mall Cop 2 came along. So it really did accelerate, but it's always a process of continuing to reinvent yourself, and I love that process. Always improving and finding the next gig, the next movie, television show.
Now, what's on the horizon for you? Are you going to create some of your own work? Because if so, hire me. I want to work with you. But,
I will always remember you.
But in all seriousness, what are you looking towards? What's your next reach, your next get?
Definitely to pursue the comedy further and go further with it, get more great gigs, television and film, shows as well. Acting, I want to pursue the acting career big time, and make sure that accelerates as well as the comedy, and to continue working with great people on great projects.
And you work very closely with your brother.
Yes, I do.
Tell me about him, because he's really helpful to your career. You guys are like a team.
Absolutely. He's always been in my corner. since college. We did open mic nights. That's when I first started, and he was like my PR guy. He filled them up, he spread the word, he put up flyers, got those sold out, which from doing those, I eventually got noticed by an agent, and I went professional on the circuit and got on Fox TV's Uptown Comedy Club, and then from that I got Star Search, and then the Cosby Mysteries. So he's been a big force as a mentor in my career, business and creative, and he's always there to help me. He's in my corner, and you know, you need that.
You
need
100%. You need a team behind you.
Yeah.
Well, even here, like you see how many people that are working on the show together. It's like a whole big family. We were like really jiving together, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fun energy.
Yeah.
So
he helps me with my Donald Trump impression.
that's what I was
So
gonna say. Like
he
how
tells me,
he says, like I don't think you got it. It's not
no,
good
he
yet.
says, you know, we'll do this, we'll say that, we keep
right.
working on this. And I say, look, I think it's fantastic. And I want to say that, you know, I don't like when other politicians get in the way, because when they do, I simply put them on my hibachi grill and I pull out my ginsu knife hand gesture and I slice them and I dice them like chicken. Then I push them into the grease trough with the rest of the scraps. They're done, they're fired. Some people say I have a chip on my shoulder. No, I have an eagle on my shoulder and his name is Chip. So I tell people, be careful. Be careful, because I have the hand gestures, really.
Nice, nicely done. What's your personal favorite that you do? You do so many. You do De Niro. You do everybody. Who do you like to do?
Yes. I love Nicolas Cage. I'm
Okay.
a big Nicolas Cage fan, and you know, I was speed dating, and I did that because the girl said I looked like him, and I was like, "You are so sexy. You smell so delicious. Why don't we get out of here and go for some Chinese food? Because I can go for duck." Or we can just go somewhere else. Fantastic.
Nice.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a good one. So
Thanks,
you have
thanks.
fun. Do you practice in front of the mirror? I know when Barbara Streisand was starting to do voiceovers and stuff, that's how she would practice. How do you rehearse yourself so that you can look at your gestures and your, you know, your facial expressions?
You know, I don't have a set system.
Okay.
I just sort of absorb a person's aura. I have an innate ear to hear people's tone in their voice, and I have an eye to pick up their gestures, and then I just, you know, can replicate a persona.
All right.
You know, and
so did you ever think about doing like the Milton Berle thing where you put on a wig and you start doing chicks too? Like
Not really.
Not yet?
No, not
Okay.
that. Not that.
Mostly guys. You're doing
yeah,
mostly-
like Al
mostly-
Pacino
right.
having a cooking show.
Let's see that.
Welcome to Cucino Pacino. Today we're going to make tiramisu, ladyfingers, mascarpone cheese. Then we're going to marinate overnight in Kahlua. Hooah!
Hua Kalua. All right, cheers on that one. Come here, give it up. You're so
Cheers,
cute. All right.
cheers, thanks. You know what? I have a new one too,
Okay.
Joel Osteen.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Because I'm laughing so hard, my makeup is smearing. Okay, hold on a second. All right, let me calm down. Okay.
I'm a big fan of this guy, you know,
right.
of Joel Osteen, because you know, if I'm late for church on a Sunday morning, there's Joel.
Right.
And he's like, God knows that you tried to make it to church on time. He understands you stayed up a little late. You held breakfast over a little, but that's okay, because he made us like palm trees. The wind may be blowing, but we're going to stand right back up, straighter and stronger than before. And don't take yourself too seriously, because don't forget, we're here to live it up.
Yes, we
And
are.
Donna Drake is here to remind us to live it up live and better than we ever have. And I'm like, amen.
Amen. It's all good, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be happy? And you're right. That is why we have this show, because we really are trying to bring good stories, trying to make people feel good, and you get to do that every day of your life. Rob
Yes.
Magnotti.
Rob Magnotti.
I said Rab. I don't know. That could be
It
your alter ego.
happens.
Could be your alter ego. I don't know. Rob, Rab, whatever. It's
I do,
Magnotti.
but
You
it's
got to see
true.
Magnotti. He's
It's
so
true.
magnificent. So thank you very much for joining us.
Oh.
So where can we find out more information about you? You got a website, right?
Yes. My website, www.robmagnotti.com. And I have all my social media links on there. And people can like me on Facebook if they'd like.
Yes.
And that is
I
my
like you on
website.
Facebook.
Again, I will be at Dangerfield's Comedy Club in New York City. That's my home club.
Okay.
And I'll be at the Borgata Music Box Theater in Atlantic City, May 22nd to the 25th.
And hopefully someday on the big screen with me.
Yes.
Yay. Or the little screen. I do a TV thing with you too. Let's work together. Okay, thank you very much.
I would
I've
love
been
to, Donna. It's a
so
pleasure.
excited to have you here.
Thank you,
Please
likewise.
stay tuned for more on Live It Up. We hope you enjoyed my friend, our guest, Rob Magnotti. We hope we made you laugh. Thanks for watching.